Hello everyone, welcome to a brand new episode of the Sports Insight with your host Alamdar Khan. And yes, as you know, we give you sports information from all across the globe. You guys can surely reach out to us on our social media handle, which is at the rate of Indus News Sports. That works both for Twitter and for Instagram. But anyways, we have a big day today. Obviously, we're talking about the Kashmir Premier League. Yes, finally, it has come to a conclusive side, and Afridi-led Rawalakot Hawks crowned as the KPL 2021 champions. Not to forget that Rawalakot defeated Muzaffarabad by 7 runs to win the final of the KPL. And before we get into the in-depth analysis of how it all started and to where it is right now, we all are super excited for the fact that, finally it came to a conclusion. To discuss more about this, we surely would want to talk about the whole KPL prospect with Adnan Qureshi. Adnan, welcome to the show.
Hey, Alamdar, how are you, buddy?
I'm pretty good. Thank you for joining us. Adnan, quick question. KPL finally came up to life. How do you see this in the long run and in the prospect of where we see KPL in the future?
I think it was a brilliant tournament. It went very well without any hiccups. The tournament was a spectacle for everybody. I think it was great for the area of Azad Kashmir. Showed a very light side of Kashmir. And I think it achieved its objective. I think it was a great tournament, and I think it's going to grow in leaps and bounds every year. That's my opinion.
And talking about the objective, if we look back into how it was, formulating, there were a lot of question marks, a lot of hiccups. We've already discussed this before as well. BCCI and talking against the idea and asking ICC not to do it. But obviously, when we talk about sports, our objective is to spread peace. And I think Afridi was played one of the main parts in terms of this whole perspective. And now he is champions of Rawalakot Hawks. And I think there's a lot of amazing talent that we have, raw talent that we found during this entire tournament.
Absolutely. Shahid Afridi, as usual, a great cricketer, great mascot for the entire tournament. He was involved from the beginning, and it was only fair that it was great that he won the tournament in the end. I'm really happy for Shahid Afridi and the Rawalakot Hawks. I think it was a brilliant performance in the end, and well deserved.
And how do you see, obviously PCB is also trying its level best to do even more in terms of tournaments like these specifically. We've also come up to know that they have a long-term goal. This was the first season of it. And I think slowly and gradually in the long-term goal, they are now focused on having a T20 tournament maybe in another few months with regards to focusing on the youth of, maybe under 19 T20. That's what they're planning on doing with regards to KPL. So how do you see that going as a franchise, and not only that, as Kashmir being represented all across the globe?
I think it's fantastic. I think we have so much talent in Pakistan that was never unearthed. The domestic cricket tournaments that we had before with the departments never really had the potential to, bring out the best talent. And there's a lot of politics that, kept the talent away. These tournaments suddenly bring out these amazing players, and they get this opportunity to come on this big stage and portray their talents and show what they're made of. And then they have this international exposure with all these amazing coaches and different, staff that comes into these tournaments. And they eventually, most importantly, get an opportunity to earn some money, which, most of them don't get an opportunity otherwise. So I think it's fantastic. These tournaments really help all of these, youngsters to come out, and they play under the shadows with these, giants of cricket. Just imagine a young player playing with Shahid Afridi in a team and then getting an opportunity to shine and then go on and, do big things for Pakistan cricket eventually. I think it's wonderful.
Right. And if we talk about, we've discovered people like Kashif Ali, who also remained a prominent figure in terms of, scoring 54 runs for the Hawks. Not only that, we have seen him scoring centuries, and not only that, in 51 balls. And, there's so many talent out there. And I think these amazing, brilliant players out there now have the opportunity to represent not only themselves, but obviously Kashmir. And before KPL, if we look into the selection process, each and every individual was basically asked to send in or maybe come for auditioning. But auditioning for us, if someone wants to work for TV, it's a different story. But for them, they had to go to different places. Real time, online, they were in England. Some people came in from England, some from different parts of the world. But they all were, trying their level best to put in their best. Do you see in the long run PCB playing their role, having these people on board on, maybe our national team in the long run?
Well, I think the PCB now has a big responsibility to groom this talent and then actually, bring out the wonderful youngsters that have participated in this tournament and use them for other cricketing, tournaments around the world and give them an opportunity to play on the big stage, maybe the under-19s, maybe the Pakistan team itself, with the T20 tournament very close in UAE and Oman coming up. I think we have a great pool of players now to select for the Pakistan team. Players like Kashif Ali and other wonderful players that have been. Osama Mir was another fantastic find, I think. Players like this, they need to now be groomed into the Pakistan side with the help of some of the senior players. And Pakistan has a bright future if these youngsters can come into the Pakistan side and represent them. And the PCB has a big responsibility to not waste this talent that is coming out of these tournaments.
Right. And I would also, as discussing KPL, I would surely want to talk a bit more about what's truly happening in the world of cricket for us. If we talk about West Indies, Pakistan cricket team facing West Indies, the first test we lost, the second one is underway. That is also something we are looking at, and all eyes are on them. Not only that, then we are looking forward for New Zealand, actually, the Kiwis visiting Pakistan as a tour, and that's also interesting. So I think PCB has slowly and gradually now paved way for a bigger, better, sporty Pakistan, to be precise, because I think that was something that was lacking for us.
Yes, I think that the loss to West Indies was sad, disappointing, but I mean, in cricket, somebody has to win and lose. It was a wonderful test match, one of the best test matches I've seen in a long, long time. Went to the wire, just bad luck in the end, and we could not get that last wicket, and the West Indies, they pulled away in the end. But I think it was wonderful for the game of cricket, and I think we really need to take some lessons from the way that that we lost this match, and maybe come up with some better strategies for the upcoming test match that is going to happen very soon. But I think the Pakistan team needs to now bring in some of these youngsters again from this tournament, and down the line, I think we have a wonderful opportunity to create a really nice cricketing team that can represent Pakistan at the highest level, especially in the T20 tournament that's coming up very soon. So I have very high hopes.
I guess we honestly, Adnan, we all do. And the interesting thing that right now I see is the raw talent, as we were discussing in terms of the world of KPL, that I was also looking at stats of Zishan Ashraf, who is termed as the best batsman of the tournament. He managed to score 284 runs as a whole, and that 107 not out was basically his. And I think people like him need such platforms to come out, and specifically I think Kashmir Premier League managed to do so in terms of bringing out that raw talent. But the hope is, will PCB have them on board in the long run to expedite a better, stronger Pakistan cricket team?
Well, I don't know if you saw the competition between Zishan Ashraf and Shahid Afridi last night, and I think that was very good for cricket. I mean, they were having some friendly banter out there. Afridi was actually fired up, trying to get a player like Zishan Ashraf out, because he was taking the game away from Muzaffarabad for a little while, and then Afridi had to really pull out his best to get that wicket of Zishan Ashraf, and that was wonderful to see for cricket, that a senior player like Afridi, used all the weapons that he had to get Zishan Ashraf out, and he actually was very animated when he got Zishan Ashraf out. So I think players like Zishan Ashraf, Osama Mir, the other players we just talked about, they're all wonderful. Hossain Talat, he's in and out of the Pakistan team, bowled brilliantly yesterday. I think he was the difference in the Rawalakot winning this match. That spell of 3 of 18, 3 wickets for 18 runs, they actually changed the game. So Hossain Talat is a wonderful find. I think they all need to be groomed, and this competition that you saw between Ashraf and Zishan and Afridi yesterday, I think it's great for the game of cricket. I think that competition really brings out the best in players.
Right. What we'll do is, Adnan will take a quick break. Once we get back from the break, there's more coming up your way in terms of the world of KPL and the world of cricket. So I'll see you guys after the break. And yes, welcome back from the break. And yes, before the break, we were discussing the world of KPL, as discussed earlier, and we will continue discussing how Afridi-led Rawalakot Hawks were crowned as the champions. And it has been an interesting journey with regards to the fact of where they are right now. They had to struggle a lot to make a presence, a name. But not to forget that, if we look into the online stats, there were like over 2.7 million views in terms of just watching the final. So I think in terms of, its presence, I think it has served its part. But yet again, we still have with us Adnan Qureshi. So Adnan, tell us, initially when it all started, when KPL was brainchild, and they were all trying to expedite, and there were too many fingers being pinpointed. Not even Quick Info was not even supporting Pakistan and the PCB in terms of this. But right now we see everything going absolutely smooth. We see things even in Quick Info now that we see them also representing the results. So I think KPL has finally made its mark as proving that sports is sports, and one needs to appreciate sports and continue supporting it.
Yeah, I think it's a great initiative for cricket, like I said before, and I think KPL has done wonderful. We've managed to convince, I think, the international community that cricket is here to stay at, in the KPL, and that Pakistan meant business when they were organizing this tournament. It actually was a success, with showing a very soft side of Kashmir to the world, and showing that the Kashmiri people deserve a tournament like this. So I think it was a wonderful initiative, and it's done the job.
Absolutely. And as discussed earlier, it was also mentioned they have their long-term goals, and the long-term goal, obviously, having an under-19 T20 cup that they intend to do. I think that would also plan on expediting in the long run a better future for the upcoming generations.
Absolutely, absolutely. It's great opportunity for the Kashmir people again. I mean, and I'm so happy to see this wonderful tournament and the happiness on the faces of all the spectators that were at the ground. And I hope that this kind of cricketing experience continues for them. They definitely deserve it.
Right. Yeah. And talking about, we talk about Afridi, obviously, the 44-year legend. Obviously, the last cup that he actually bought in was 1996, but right now he finally managed to get another one in terms of around him, to be very honest. And I think it is definitely going to raise a lot of eyebrows, because obviously in terms of when it comes to Afridi, he already has his own persona. And I think the amount of coverage now the Kashmir Premier League has gotten, not only because of all the controversies and the question marks, but now obviously because of the fact that Afridi was leading the team as a captain and now is crowned as the champion, I think he is surely going a long way.
I think Alamdar, Shahid Afridi is just a brand by himself, because him winning this tournament itself is going to create so much popularity for this tournament. No matter what you say, even at this age, Shahid Afridi still is a brand by himself. Right. He's recognized internationally, and everybody respects him. So, Afridi winning this tournament could be the icing on the cake. I think it was a wonderful thing to see. And Shahid Afridi, I think, still has it in him to get the crowds and pull everybody together. So it was great to see Afridi in this tournament.
Right. And not only, and to be very honest, Adnan, as discussed earlier, I'm more excited on the fact that, we managed to see a lot of amazing talent, as we were discussing before the break as well. But the ultimate hope for us, or everybody out there, in terms of those who love sports, would always want these amazing talents to be out there representing the entire nation, if I'm not wrong. And I think if PCB manages to do that, I think it would be a super, super great decision from their end.
Like I said before, PCB has a big responsibility, and I think they should be able to harness this talent and bring out the best out of these youngsters, give them the training that they need, and inculcate them into the national side eventually. I think it'll be great for Pakistan cricket.
Right. And in terms of the plans, the long-term plans, if we talk about from KPL, one of the most interesting long-term plans that I've heard so far is they want to establish an international cricket academy to be established in the Kashmir region to promote cricket. And and they've also announced a 7th team called Jammu Jambaz, who will join in the KPL from the next season. So I think they already got their spark of taking that charge out. So I think now we will see more of KPL in the long run, and I think now they've managed to establish themselves as a solid brand.
Yeah, I feel that it's a great brand to start off with. For next season, I hope that a lot more international players will be pulled in into the tournament. I understand that there was a lot of animosity from the Indians, from the Indian Cricket Board, that was trying to stop players from coming in and participating in this league. I hope that all of the international community and the international players and the ICC have been able to see past that and see that this tournament actually was going to assist cricket in this region, and they definitely need it. So I hope that international players will start coming and playing and participating in the Kashmir Premier League.
Right.
I think that's very important for the next time.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. I would also want to look back, and I would want the viewers to look back, because when this was announced, there was a lot of pressure on some international players out there who were intending to be a part of the KPL, but then had to step back.
Yep.
But obviously, they had to leave with a statement saying that, we're not being blackmailed, but we're just stepping back because, we just cannot do it right now and stuff like that. However, on the contrary, ICC obviously took side, and the pressure from the BCCI was not taken over by the ICC, and they allowed KPL to establish. So I think it's a big step in terms of that. So I think the next season will have probably bigger names from the international community for sure. And I think that's one of the reasons why Cricinfo has also started giving the live scores and in terms of the updates with regards to the entire tournament.
Oh, absolutely. I think they've seen it. I think all of them have now recognized that Pakistan is a place that they want to come play cricket. New Zealand is coming in with this tour very soon. That is also going to further soften the image of Pakistan.
Right.
I think there is no reason for international players to hold out next season. They need to come in and help out cricket in this region, because these people definitely need the support of the international community. And I think this is what all of them should be helping Pakistan in doing for next time. So I think there's a fascinating future ahead for this league.
You're right. And you just mentioned New Zealand's tour to Pakistan. The Kiwis are coming to Pakistan after 18 years. And I think that's a big gap in terms of where we were. Obviously, things were not up to the mark in terms of the management. But right now, I think we all are proud for the fact that, the first match is scheduled for the 17th of September. And they're coming to Pakistan after 18 years. So I think that, things are right now in the right direction of, promoting peace, love through the sports.
Absolutely. I think it's going to be great for cricket as New Zealand walks in. They haven't been here for so long. New Zealand is one of the premier sides in world cricket. It's going to have a lot of coverage from the international community, from all of the TV channels. And I think it will be wonderful for everyone, for the Pakistan cricket team as well, to actually finally get to play on their home turf, because a lot of these players have been playing cricket for a while, but they haven't had a chance to play in stadiums in Pakistan. And there's nothing like playing in front of your home crowd. I hope that the home crowds will be allowed into the stadiums, and the games will be fascinating to watch. I think it'll be great for cricket.
Adnan, I would also ask you, obviously, in terms of the preparations when we talk about Pakistan cricket team being prepared, because, this would probably be one of the most interesting tours. Why? Because New Zealand has not been to Pakistan, but we know that, when we went to New Zealand, things were pretty tricky for us. We only managed to win just one T20 and obviously lost the major tournaments. We lost the ODIs, we lost two of the other T20 matches. So now it's going to be home ground advantage to Pakistan, obviously, and there's a big difference in terms of the pitch that the New Zealanders will be facing. So how do you see that impact in terms of Pakistan's performance? Because this will be a home ground for us, and yet we will have a lot of pressure off that. But do you think New Zealand will be ready in terms of coming after 18 years? And not to forget that New Zealand is, I think, one of the most powerful teams out there.
I think New Zealand is going to be a tough opposition no matter what. Even if they come to Pakistan, it's going to be a tough opposition. We need to create wickets that are supporting the Pakistan cricket team and not New Zealand. So, I don't think we should go for spinning tracks again, because the New Zealand team is packed with fast bowlers. They're not very used to playing on slow wickets. So I hope that the groundsmen have already prepared a strategy to create wickets that will actually support our team and our strengths. And I think it'll be still a fascinating contest, because New Zealand is a very, very strong side. People like Kane Williamson, they're very, very difficult batsmen to, negotiate, and they're world-class players. So I see a good competition, and I think it'll be very interesting to see how Pakistan cope against this very formidable New Zealand side that's coming in.
Right. And, I would also want to have your word with regards to the most interesting thing that is lined up from the 17th of October. Yes, I'm talking about WT20 World Cup, the International World Cup that we've been waiting long for. But not only the 17th of October that I would want to talk about, I would rather want to talk about the first match, which is going to be Pakistan versus India, 24th of October, in either the UAE or Oman. How do you see that, and how much do you think Pakistan as a cricket team is right now ready for it?
Well, first of all, I hope India wants to play us, because they keep saying that they don't want to play us. So let's hope they play us, because it's going to be good for cricket if they play us.
Right.
And they should keep politics away from cricket. I don't know why the Indian Cricket Board always falls into these politics and doesn't want to play us. But let's hope for the best. And if they play us, it'll be a fascinating, amazing encounter again, as Pakistan-India matches always are. And I think it'll be a balanced contest, though India is coming off some really strong performances.
Right.
And you know the curse that is on the Pakistan side. We don't do well against India in cricket World Cup tournaments. It's a bad record that we need to shake off. The only time we've done well in an IC tournament is the last Champions Trophy final that we won against India.
Right.
But besides that, we've done very, very poorly against India in ICC tournaments. I think we go into pressure for some reason, and I think that pressure needs to be handled better by the Pakistan cricket team so that we can produce a better result against India in a stiff competition like the World Cup.
Right. And the interesting news that I also went through was Babar Azam also termed the World T20 World Cup in the UAE as a home event, because obviously we've had PSL there, we performed there, we know the ins and outs. But do you think, because obviously if we look into how solid India is lately in terms of performing, and if you look back into how they managed to win against England, it has been a phenomenal test side. But T20 obviously is a total different ball game. But Babar Azam being or giving such a confident statement in terms of home event, I think that is going to be one interesting match to see. So as you said that we're still confused and we still don't know. But I think if it happens, I think right now we are currently in a position that we are pretty solid in terms of having a solid team.
Yeah, again, we should stop depending so much on Babar Azam. We talked about this before as well. You need to give, the other players need to step up and take responsibility. We have a couple of really wonderful players in T20. But I think Babar Azam, of course, is a very important player in the context of this tournament. I think our bowling is going to be very critical in those conditions, especially the spinners. I see at least a couple of good spinners. They need to take a good leg spinner into the tournament, because leg spinners are generally attacking options. So I don't know if they're going to take a good leg spinner, but that's what I feel. They need to take a good leg spinner along with some left arm bowler, Imad Wasim, or one of these spinners. But I think the spinners are going to play a very, very crucial part in this tournament in UAE and Oman.
Right. Your quick take on one more team that I want to talk about. Of course, I would rather talk about Bangladesh, because I think they're also in their spot-on form. So your quick take on them before we say goodbye to our viewers.
Bangladesh, like I said last time, Bangladesh is a wonderful side. They've always been very, very dangerous. They're a great side because they have a couple of very good, strong senior players like Shakib Al Hasan, Mushfiqur Rahim. The opener, what's his name, the left-hander. I forget his name right now. But these players are there to groom these youngsters, and they've got a really nice set of young players coming in, and they're currently, very gutsy. I think Bangladesh is always a very dangerous side, especially in these conditions. Like we just saw how Australia could not handle them. So you should always be aware of Bangladesh in a cricket tournament.
Well, thank you, Adnan, for being a part of the show and discussing the world of cricket with us. Thank you once again.
Thank you, Alamdar, for having me. Pleasure.
So that was Adnan. He gave us the in-depth analysis in terms of how the world of cricket is shaping up. And obviously, once again, we're happy for the fact that KPL finally came up to a conclusion, whereas Rawalakot Hawks crowned as the first champions of the KPL 2021. Anyways, guys, if you want to reach out to us, you can on our social media handle, which is @Indus News Sports. That works both for Twitter and Instagram. Till then, take good care of yourselves, and bye-bye.